Hello, Leo, and welcome to your May 29th, 2022 reading, week ahead reading. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more well-rounded perspective. And if you're interested in my offerings or my Patreon page, be sure to check out the description box below for links to that. All right, let's go ahead and begin. It's a little bit different this week. Not only have I already pulled some cards, but I actually am going to focus on a rune as well. This particular rune is from the Outer Truth Arc, and it stands for Ansus. This is has to do with Odin, and it's coming in strong with Odin connection, but it's also coming in pretty strong with connecting with what would be like your pillar. And I feel like this is just letting me know that there's elements of your connection to deity or God work that needs to solidify, that needs to have a little bit of focus and given a stronger foundation. So you've done the work and you've created what you feel like is a decent foundation, but there's still either something missing or something lacking, or you feel sometimes that it's kind of wavering or wobbly or not as strong as you would like it to be. And I feel like this is going to come up more so towards the end of the week leading into the week of May 29th. And so this is just a call. This is a call to connect with that Godhead. It feels very Odin oriented. If the Norse pantheon is not your interest, then I would say connect with the Godhead that has similarities to Odin. But I'll just leave that as that. At any rate, because of some experiences that you're going to have in the week prior to and leading into this particular week, it is going to have you kind of reflecting on how you connect or who you connect with. And so this is coming through both as Odin, but also as that foundation, that core, that pillar, something that you can feel gives you some depths or roots and expands into your personal history and then potentially into your lineage, because family, of course, is very important. But we'll just leave that as that. Moving on, we're going with the Seven of Pentacles. And right away, what I'm getting from this imagery is that tree. It's just coming in strong. I feel like it's really deepening that connection with Odin, and it's just because of that's what I'm being drawn to right away. But also the Seven of Pentacles has to do with waiting for that perfect timing as far as removing what part of harvest that you have been working towards. So there's a sense of you have already put down some of the work, some of the foundation, some of the connection. It's not that you have nothing. You do have elements of what makes the foundation or a pillar of your personal practice and your spiritual connections, but it just needs to be a little bit stronger, or you're going to go through something that's going to make you feel like you desire for something stronger. And in this particular case, this is just letting you know that you just need to take a look at what you already have, harvest what you already have, and also look at what's continuing to blossom that you know you're going to be harvesting from in the future, and it's going to help to solidify that. So being reflective on your personal practice, your spiritual connections that you already have now, that you've already established, is part of the work this particular week. Really kind of establishing or reflecting on what you have established, knowing that the things that are in front of you are going to continue to blossom and grow, and having faith in that, but then also doing the work that allows you, that you need to do here and there, that's going to help with that. So, trimming or pruning might be part of the process. Harvesting the bits that are already available is part of the process. But this is just coming in strong. Again, re-establishing that Odin connection, re-establishing the figure in the cloak, is really re-establishing that ritual aspect of how you go about your harvesting or your reflections. But also, like I said, the Seven of Pentacles and traditional tarot also has to do with just harvesting in general, what is already available to you, but also knowing that you have to wait for the full harvest. The more abundant harvest is yet to come. So don't get discouraged with how sparse things may look right now, and just realize that eventually this will change and you will get to a point where the harvest is actually going to be more abundant. You're just at the beginning point of harvest right now. Nine of Pentacles is coming in strong, letting you know that in the future that more abundance is going to be available to you. That ability for you to see all of the harvest that you have garnered and getting to the other part, the whole concept of fall and how you've already received all the harvest and you're living in abundance. If you notice, there's nothing growing on this particular tree, and that's because we're now towards the fall. You have the harvest and you have it stocked where you need to stock it so that it can continue to nurture you as you go through hard times. And so this is what this is coming through. You're creating a pillar, you're harvesting what you already have, you're reflecting on what you already have and you already have experienced, and you're knowing that the bigger harvest is coming, and you can also feel justified in having faith that eventually you'll have harvest everything that you need that's going to feed you through the hard winter, and you can feel rest assured, can feel confident. But I feel this is all coming through and letting you know that the pillar of all of this is your deity connection, your connection to the gods. Specifically, I feel Odin does come through with this, but if it's not just, if you connect also from the concept of harvest and really focus on the harvest, you might have been listening to this and feel like Freyr is the connection there. It does feel masculine. I know after having said Freyr, I feel like the feminine Freya does seem to come through a little bit. So for some of you, it may have to do with Freya, being that she is the goddess connected with fertility and what have you. But by and large, I feel that this is coming in the strongest with Odin, second with Freyr, and then, you know, for a select few of you, the whole time you may have been feeling that Freya is calling to you, and this is the sign that you're supposed to be connecting with her. However that may come through is just letting you know that as a whole, as a summary, there's definitely some events that's going to have you feeling like you need to kind of focus and strengthen some of the pillar of your connection to your god or gods. And knowing how to begin, and the beginning point is actually reflecting on what you've already established, what you've already grown, and understanding that's going to continue to grow and it's going to be a bigger harvest, and it will eventually get to the point where you can rely on it during hard times. All right, I hope, Leo, that this has made sense and brought some clarity to you as far as the energies that you may have been experiencing recently, and hopefully I will see you in a future video.